Hello everyone, I thought I'd do another one of these little fun kind of problem solving kind of questions, and in this question we've got to work out the length of the green line that goes round the three circles. Now the three circles are all identical, they've all got a radius of 2 and a diameter of 4. And when I first kind of like looked at this question, I kind of like made the mistake of thinking, oh, if I was to draw a line up there and a line across there, then surely what it would be is it would just be the case that you'd have a quarter of a circle there, a quarter of a circle there, a quarter of a circle there, and basically, you know, that's what it would be. But then when I looked at it, it doesn't look right there with that bit there. So I think actually that would not be the correct approach, just to draw some little, you know, kind of like semicircles like that. I don't think that would be right at all. So let's think about what is a good way into this problem. Whenever we've got three circles that are identical like that, their centers form an equilateral triangle. So I think that's going to be a really good starting point for us. So let's have a look at that. So if I draw here, there we go. So we have got there an equilateral triangle. Now, how do we know it's an equilateral triangle? Well, if you imagine if we had a line that was a tangent to both of those circles there, then a tangent makes a 90-degree angle with a radius. So we could be confident that that is a 90-degree angle and that that is a 90-degree angle and that that therefore is a straight line. So we know that that is going to be 2. We know that that is going to be 2. And the same argument applies over here, 2 and 2, and that's going to be 2 and that's going to be 2. So we've basically got an equilateral triangle there from the centers. Now, this equilateral triangle from the centers, that if it's equilateral, it means that that is going to be 60 degrees. It means that that is going to be 60 degrees and that angle there is going to be 60 degrees as well. Okay, let's think now. What else can we say? Well, if we were to draw a line straight up here and a line straight up here, and if we imagine that this line that's going along the top here is a tangent to both of those circles, then we know, again, a line that is a tangent to a circle makes a 90-degree angle with a radius. So therefore that means we can say confidently that that is 90 degrees, and we can say confidently that that is 90 degrees. Now also, this line is parallel with this line, okay? So therefore we can say that this is also 90 degrees and this must also be 90 degrees. So we've basically got a rectangle here. So that's super useful because that same logic will now apply to down here. We can basically bring that there and we can be confident that that is a rectangle, that that's 90, that's 90, that's 90, and that's 90. And the same goes for here. We can be confident that we've got another rectangle here with that being 90, that being 90, that one being 90, and that one being 90. Now, what else does that help us? So this is looking super useful so far. So the fact that that is 4 along there means we can say that that is 4. We can say that that is 4, and we can say that that is 4. Okay, so we've got so far these distances that we can confidently say that they are all 4, which is very, very useful. Okay, all right, that's good. Good. So now back to my original problem. Do you remember that my original guess was I was like kind of thinking that these might be a quarter of a circle, but we can see now that they're not. But actually, we've now got the tools that we need in order to find out what is this angle here. Because if we can find out what this angle is here, then we are absolutely sorted. Now let's think about this. What do we know? We know that angles round a point make 360 degrees, okay? And we know that we've got 60 and we've got 90 and we've got 90. So we've basically got 360, take away one lot of 90, take away one lot of 90, take away 60 degrees, okay? So when we work that out, let's see what we're going to get. So we've got 360, we're going to take away 90, we're going to take away 90, we're going to take away 60. So that's going to give us 120 degrees. So we've just found that this angle here is 120. So 120 degrees here, 120 degrees down there, and 120 degrees there. So now we've almost solved this problem. There's two ways we can do it from here. We can either just work out what one of these individual arc lengths is and then times it by 3. In fact, let's do that first. So one of those individual arc lengths is going to be 120 divided by 360 is the fraction of a full circle, and the circumference is 2 pi r. So each one of those lengths is going to be 120 over 360 times 2 pi r. So L is going to be 1/3 times by 2 pi r. And what's our radius in this case? Our radius is 2 in this case. Okay, so each one of those is going to be 4/3 pi. Okay, that's great. And we've got 3 of those. So actually, we're going to have our total curve bit is going to be 3 lots of L times by 4/3 pi. So we're going to have L times by 3, which is going to be 4/3 pi times by 3, which is going to be 4 pi. So we have 4 pi there is our circumference bit, which is really, really useful. So basically, what does that mean? That means that our total green line length is equal to, in this case, 4 add 4 add 4 add 4 pi. Okay, so we're going to have 12 add 4 pi is our exact length of our green line. So 4 add 4 add 4, and then we're going to add 4 lots of pi, and that's going to be the exact length of our green line. And then of course we could work that out as a decimal if we needed to. But I thought that was a really fun, really nice little question. I hope you found that helpful. Remember, if you're finding these videos helpful, if you're enjoying them, if you could remember to like and subscribe to the channel, that's going to help me to keep on making more videos and help the channel to grow. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.